happening? What is happening? Good morning. I am struggling to find the words for this video. And I normally just talk off the cuff. I've never created a script. I've never really been a content creator. I've been a sharer of my jumbled up thoughts, and I cannot get the words for this video because I am so angry. Morning, Friday, February 28th is the morning that all public schools in the United States of America and all public college and universities can no longer have any diversity, equity, and inclusion in their school if they do not want to risk losing funding. And last night, our government, our United States government, created a website that is paid with tax-funded money so that any community member can turn in a teacher or a school that is doing any sort of diversity, equity, and inclusion in their school or in their classroom. Department of Education launched the END DEI portal, the END Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion portal. And in this portal, any community members, in fact, they are calling on patriots to find teachers that are using diversity, equity, and inclusion inside their classrooms, and they want to know the name, address, zip code, and school of any person that is doing diversity, equity, inclusion so they can investigate that person. Are you hearing what I am saying? To report and turn teachers in. It's backed by Moms of Liberty. And if your reality has not come across Moms for Liberty yet, now is the time. Actually, a couple years ago was the time to figure out who the heck Moms of Liberty is and what this group stands for, because it is horrid. It is white supremacy. And they're gonna sell it with a nice little bow package of, no, we're protecting our students. Go look at the list of books that they have banned. They want no mention of any minority, any special education student, anything. They don't even want Harry Potter! Sad for American teachers right now. What are they gonna do with this information? Ensuring that there are books that have Black and brown students in them. Diversity, let's turn the teacher in. Equity, your kid can't see, so let me give them a seat at the front of the classroom. Equity, turn the teacher in. Inclusion, let's make sure every single kid feels welcome. Guess what? We have a Burmese student in our classroom. Let's spend 30 minutes talking about a celebration that this child knows in their culture to make them feel included in the classroom. Inclusion, turn the teacher in. The teacher has a poster of different children from different backgrounds sitting around a rug, reading together, saying, have a nice day with your friends. Diversity, turn them in. Child needs shortened assignments. Your child needs breaks during the school day. Equity, turn the teacher in. Learning how to say good morning in another language so that you can greet a student that comes in the door saying good morning in another language. Inclusion, turn the teacher in. What are we doing? This should alarm the fuck out of you.
My son is in a public school. He takes a class called African American History. If you're running an African American history class, could you perhaps be in violation of this court order, of this executive order?
I'm not quite certain, and I'd like to look into it further and get back to you on that.
So there's a possibility, you're saying, that public schools that run African American history classes, right? This is a class that has been taught in public schools for decades, could lose federal funding if they continue to teach African American history.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I would like to take a look at these programs and fully understand the breadth of the executive order and get back to you on that.
I think you're going to have a lot of educators and a lot of principals and administrators scrambling right now.
So why are they banning Black history? It's It's actually pretty easy. I get a question a lot about why is it Black history in particular that gets targeted, right? No one's coming after Asian American history, European history, excuse me, Indigenous history, though they could for similar reasons.
Mm-hmm.
The reason they ban Black history is inherently political
Mm-hmm.
because Black history gives life to the entire American project. So if you want to teach these ideas of American exceptionalism, that we were founded on freedom and ideas of liberty, we're the greatest democracy the world has ever seen, how do you deal with us? How do you deal with why Black people are in this country at all? Well, then you have to acknowledge the lie, the crack at our foundation. How do you talk about, when we open talking about Medgar Evers, how do you tell that mythological narrative about the greatest generation and then acknowledge that Black folks had to wage a double V for victory campaign,
Right.
victory abroad and victory at home?
Right.
That Black men were getting lynched for wearing their uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
That Black men could see German prisoners of war being served in cafes in the South that they could not go in as American citizens. So when you teach Black history, then you teach a story of America that does not merely glorify and mythologize this country. There's no way to teach Black history without tearing down the myths.
Yeah.
And that's why Black history becomes so targeted.